What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, I'll put a link to this article in the pinned comment in the comment section below. And in this article, Tim Hardaway Jr., who's a teammate of Luka Doncic, is saying that he agrees with the premise that Luka can go down as a top 5 all-time player. And, he talks about the numbers and the fact that he's only 24 and, he's not even in his prime yet. And he has so much more room to improve. And his father agrees with that notion, whatever. My thing is, okay, can he become a top 5 player all time? Sure. Sure, he can. But let's start the argument a little bit more realistic. How about we say, can he become a top 20 player all time first? Because I don't know how in the hell Nick Wright already has him top 20. How the fuck does he get to leapfrog all these other players, like Gary Payton, who's taking his team to a finals, like Clyde Drexler, who's taking his team to a couple of finals. How does he get to leapfrog all these other players that have had these other accomplishments, even if it's not going to a finals, like dishing out 8,000 assists or scoring 20,000 points or 25,000 points. I mean, I know these are individual things, but how does Luka pass that? I mean, the farthest Luka has gone is to a Western Conference Finals. That's impressive. But he's never won anything. And this year, since certain players on his team have been traded away or have left via free agency, now I'm starting to question how much of that was Luka and how much of it and the prior success were the other role players covering up Luka's weaknesses. In particular, on defense. I know we keep talking about Jokic's lack of defense, but my goodness, you just had an NBA insider call Luka Doncic the worst transition defender in the history of the NBA. He's never seen a transition defender worse than Luka. I've looked at Luka, right? I've watched him in games, and I look at him play defense. His foot speed is horrendous. You got some people saying he's gotten better. I don't see it. He's a horrendous defender. And Luka's lack of defensive prowess is indeed hurting the team. Indeed. They played Miami Heat yesterday, right? Wasn't it Miami? We all know Miami ranks dead last in scoring. At least last time I checked. They ranked dead last in scoring at 108 points a game. Now look, if this was 15 years ago, 20 years ago, they'd been number one in scoring. But in a league that averages 115 points a game, in a league where you have a team like the Kings averaging over 120-some points a game, 108 points a game is anemic. Last night, partly due to the fact that Luka's such a terrible defender, part of it is Miami scored 76 points in the first half. Miami! Part of the decline since Kyrie has come really hasn't been Kyrie. That's the easy cop-out explanation. That's the Kendrick Perkins excuse. The real excuse as to why the Mavericks suck, a little bit has come from injuries to Kyrie and Luka and a few others, but mostly of them. A lot of it has to do with the change in player personnel after the Kyrie Irving trade. Some of it has to do with the departure of Jalen Brunson to the Knicks, and some of it has to do with now that those players are not there, the gaping hole that is Luka Doncic, the gaping fucking tunnel-like vaginal hole that is Luka Doncic's defensive deficiency is being exposed. And teams are literally fucking him on defense. Oh, oh my God, man. These two dudes are being, man, it's just funny to me, man. People like Carmelo Anthony and James Harden and Allen Iverson and others were always targeted for their lack of defense, right? But for some reason, people are afraid in the mainstream media to call out Jokic and Doncic for being bad defenders. You explain to me why that's the case. I'm not going to say anything, but you explain to me why that's the case. Oh, you playing the race card. Shut up. No, I'm calling the obvious card. That's what it is. If it ain't that, it's something. I mean, because blaming Kyrie Irving for everything is a convenient, easy excuse for not facing what the real problems are. Top 5. Get out of here, man. Look, Wilt Chamberlain has 2 championships. He's been to 6 NBA finals. And a lot of people hold it against him that he's 2-4 in the finals. Right? So he lost 2 in the finals for him to be the GOAT. Fine. Some people even penalize Wilt to the point where he's not even top 5. Wow. There's even a few people that don't even have Wilt in their top 10, and I don't understand that one. But you gonna try to tell me Luka's top 5 because of his numbers? Get the fuck out of here.